Good evening, WCSD families. My name is Dawn Adams with Rise Academy for Adult Achievement, and I'm really excited tonight to share with you tips for Microsoft Teams and Microsoft Office, along with conversation tips to help you support your child's education. Microsoft Teams is the main program that all students and classrooms use in Washoe County School District to have virtual class discussions, keep track of assignments, and turn in assignments to their teachers. You can access Microsoft Teams on a desktop computer through the application or online. And finally, you can also access it on an app through a mobile device like a telephone or a tablet. The application is free to all WCSD students and families and can be downloaded from the App Store on your device. In your bags, you will find references regarding tonight's tips on the conversations, along with many other resources. We hope you find them useful as we revert to such tools all the time in our own work. Conversation tips are also included here, and we'll reference these as we move throughout the evening. So let's get started. There are 4 main things that adult family members can do for their children's education on a daily or a weekly basis. Monitor assignments and grades. Support your child to stay organized and on track. Discuss your child's progress with them directly and encourage them to do their best. And coach your child to track their own progress and advocate for what they need. And this evening we'll be detailing these throughout our video. We want you to use the computer, tablet, or phone that you have with you tonight to follow along while we show you these tips and talk about where to find the information for your child. We will provide pauses after each section, so please don't feel the need to move through the technology as we're talking about it. The best strategy is to go ahead and listen. You know you're at the theater. Kick back, relax, listen, and then when we get to the practice time, then that's time for you to do the work. If you have a smartphone, such as an Android or an iPhone, we encourage you to download the Microsoft Teams application on your phone. You can go to the App Store and search for Microsoft Teams to download this. We're going to give you a moment to do that in just a second. If you don't have a phone, you can go ahead and locate the Microsoft Teams app on your laptop or tablet that you brought with you tonight and open that up. Don't forget to raise your flag outside of your car if you need help. We have people here to help you, and we don't want them to be bored, so go ahead and ask if you have any doubts or questions. You will need to use your student's username and password to log into the Microsoft Teams application and see their progress. There is a place on the paper where you can go ahead and write this down, or you can have your child write it down to keep track of this. That's on your note taker. So we're going to pause for a minute to ensure that everyone has had time to download the app if they need to and or to log in. Remember to flag us if you need us. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back. We hope that you were able to download that and to get logged in. Again, if you weren't able to do that, please throw your flag out the window. We'll be right around to help you as soon as we can. You're going to use Microsoft Teams to go through this first tip. We will watch a video by our Microsoft partner Margie Streitz, who will demonstrate how to locate the assignments in Teams on a computer. We will follow that by a video on how to do it on a mobile device, so on a telephone or a tablet. After that, we will give you time to practice and have staff circulating to support you. Every child is different and may need different support from their adult family members. Younger children in kindergarten, first and second grades might not have a lot of assignments due. As children get older, however, they will most likely have more assignments, particularly in middle and high school. When students get behind on missing assignments, it can be overwhelming and hard to catch up. We recommend that you check in daily or at least weekly on assignments with your child. Now, Margie Streit with Microsoft will share with us how to view assignments in Microsoft Teams on a computer.
This is how students can see their assignments in Microsoft Teams. In Microsoft Teams, you can look at assignments two different ways. One way is to go into each class and see the assignments in the Assignments tab. To do that, click on the class you want to look at, in this case Language Arts. Make sure you are in the General channel and look for the Assignments tab at the top. When you go into Assignments, you will see assignments for this class. We can see that one of these assignments is past due, as it was due earlier today. The next assignment is not due for a few days, so we are okay. And then underneath, we can see assignments that have been completed. The check mark means that these assignments were turned in, but they were not graded with any points, so they are just turned in for credit. The other way that we can see assignments in Microsoft Teams is with the Assignments button on the left side of our screen. When we click on Assignments here, we get to see all assignments for every class that we are part of. So we see those same two assignments that we saw in Language Arts, but we also see our algebra and science assignments as well. We still see that this assignment is past due, but is allowed for late turn-in, so I can still work on it and turn it in now. If I have an assignment that I want to work on and turn in, I can click on the assignment to see the full details. In this case, the teacher gave some directions and also included a rubric for how this essay will be graded. This essay will not be worth any points, but will be graded against the rubric. In order to complete this assignment, I need to write an essay and add it as work. So I can click on Add Work, go through and either upload a document that I've already written from my OneDrive, or start a new file if I haven't already started it. So today we'll choose New File and choose Word Document to start the essay. We will call this Audience Essay, and we'll attach. Now, just because the file is attached does not mean there's any work there. I need to actually type the essay. So I will click on the document to be able to compose my essay. Since this is an example, I'm going to use a shortcut to write in some pretend text, just so that we can see what an essay would look like if I were really writing it out. And actually, this is a little too long, but you get the idea. Once I finished writing the essay and I'm done with all the parts that I needed to type out, all I have to do is hit close. The assignment is still part of my essay is still part of the assignment and ready for me to be turned in. I can double check my teacher's instructions and look at the grading rubric to make sure my essay is perfect. Once I'm ready to turn it in, I'll click the Turn In button to turn in my assignment. If we go back to our assignments list, we will now not see the audience essay because we've turned it in. We're only seeing assignments that still need to be completed. If we look at the bottom where there's completed assignments, we'll see our audience essay there, indicated by a check mark. But while we're here, there's some other things to look at. This assignment was never turned in, but it was also not allowed for late turn-in. So unfortunately, the time has passed for this assignment to be turned in, so I cannot come back and add my work because it's already past due and late turn-in is not allowed. We can also see the scores and points awarded for any other assignments. This is something we'll look at in just a little bit. But now I want you to look at your students' assignments. I want you to practice and take a look at what has been already turned in your completed area and what might be missing. So which assignments have been assigned but yet to be completed.
Thanks for that tutorial, Margie. Now we're going to show a brief tutorial on how to do this on a mobile device, like a phone or a tablet, such as an iPad or a Samsung device. In Teams for the mobile version, so either on a cell phone or on a tablet, when you're using the app, you can find assignments on the bottom menu where it says Activity, Chat, Teams, and then there's Assignments. So if I click on Assignments, that will show me assignments from all of my classes. If I want to find assignments from just one class, if I go to Teams and I select the class that I want to see, I'll click on General. And from here, this is just the main stream, but at the top where it says More is how I can find assignments. And then you can see that it's option number 3. On this menu, it depends on your class, it's different in different teachers' classes, but here it shows me what has been assigned for this class, what is past due in red. It shows the dates. When I click on completed, it shows me the completed work. I can click on one of those completed assignments and I can see feedback from the teacher there. I can also click on the assignment again where it says test page. I can click there and it will open that assignment. So that is how to find assignments in the mobile app. Thanks for watching that video on the mobile how-to. Right now we're going to pause and practice. If you can please go into your child's assignments now and look at what's been turned in and what might be missing. We will give you 3 minutes. We will have a countdown on the screen with some music that will help you know when we're about to come back. Let us know if you need any help and we'll see you in a few. Welcome back. We hope that you were able to check on those assignments, and if you weren't and you still need some support, remember you've got that flag, just let us know. Tonight you were provided with a note taker to help you write down some actions that you might want to take when you get home. So please find that note taker as pictured here, and you can see on the top of your note taker you've got steps 1, 2, and 3, as well as 4 on the bottom, so that you can kind of keep track of anything that you want to take note of in there. There's also a little space on the bottom for some personal notes and a spot for you to go ahead and put those logins. Feel free to grab the cartoon strip to follow along with. This is in there on how to talk about assignments. When your child is missing one or more assignments, it's important to calmly but firmly talk with them about your expectations as a parent to complete their schoolwork. Here are some steps to holding your child accountable for completing their work. Go ahead and check your own emotions before you have the conversation. After a long day at work or a day full of doing lots of things at home, whatever your situation is, it can be exhausting to have to do one more thing as a parent. Take some deep breaths to reset your patience before approaching your child. When we project our frustrations or anger on our children, they can often shut down. Next, go ahead and take a look at the Assignments tab in Microsoft Teams or in Infinite Campus with or without your child and see what might be missing and what has been completed. Tell your student what they are doing well. If they are missing assignments, restate your expectations. Like, you need to complete your schoolwork. Schoolwork comes first before television, video games, or other fun activities. Next, ask and listen. If your child has multiple assignments missing, ask them calmly what's happening, and then truly listen to their answers. Do you have all the information you need to complete the assignment? Do you know how to do the assignment? Will your teacher accept late assignments? As you listen to your child, it's important to affirm their feelings and also encourage them to advocate for themselves. I understand that school can be challenging. I hear you, that writing a paper can feel overwhelming. If your child is struggling with how to do the assignments, encourage them to ask their teacher for help. For example, have you contacted your teacher for help? If your student is older, encourage them to go see their teacher after school or ask to make an appointment. Holding our students accountable is also really important and part of what we can share with our expectations. With many children, just stating your expectations about completed assignments can be enough to motivate them to complete the work. For some students, more accountability might be needed. Once you've stated your expectations and asked them what a reasonable amount of time is to get this done, check back in with them to ensure that they've completed it. For example, when we were looking at Adele's grade with Margie, as Adele's mother, if we have a conversation on Monday about 3 missing assignments that are due in math, and when we talk calmly and collected about when we expect that or that we expect them to be completed, and asked how long the assignment might take her to do, and if she says 2 days, it would be very important to check back in on that Wednesday. If you check back in with Adele, then maybe ask her to show you the assignment and ask her if she's turned it into her teacher. You may want to ask Adele to pull up Microsoft Teams and to show you, or you can monitor it yourself on your own phone or application. Don't forget to praise Adele for turning it in. Keep in mind that assignments should be turned in before the end of each grading period. Here you can see the end of the grading period in the first week of June. This calendar with the full school year is available on our district website every year. It's a great resource, and you can find one also in your bag. It's also a good idea not to wait until the last week to turn everything in, as this can be very stressful for your students as well as for the staff. We're going to pause this video and give you a moment to have that conversation on accountability with your child. Or make some notes in your note taker if your child is not here tonight. You may want to ask yourself what notes you could put on that note taker that would help remind you or guide you for that future conversation. We'll be back with you in just a moment.